As you know, is Black History Month. Here, the final day of it here in this Leap Day. It is a time to celebrate the people who have paved the way to get where we are today. And though there is still work to be done, we do want to recognize some local history of our own. TaTiana Cash joins us live in studio to introduce us to one of the first Black female reporters at WTOL 11. TaTiana?
Yes, that's right, Jeff. Being among the first for something can be fun and exciting, but it can also be kind of scary and intimidating. And for Charlene Mitchell-Rodgers, becoming one of the first Black female news reporters in her hometown, she says it was both exciting and a little bit challenging. But by getting her on-air start here at WTOL 11, she managed to kickstart a nearly 50-year career in journalism.
Charlene Mitchell.
Because I really love the news. Love it, love it, love it.
Now, Charlene?
John, the clinic is over now.
Before she ever stepped out into the field or got a chance to meet President Bill Clinton or civil rights activist Rosa Parks, Charlene Mitchell-Rodgers was just a little girl in Toledo, Ohio, with a loving family who encouraged worldly knowledge.
Since I was a young girl, my mother used to force us to watch the news.
Yeah.
Because I had no mentors to really look to. There weren't any women on television. There weren't really any young people on television back in the day.
But it didn't stop little Charlene from dreaming big.
I used to stand in the mirror as a young preteen and teenager with a hairbrush, pretending it was a microphone, and pretending to be Walter Cronkite with his signature sign-off. And that's the way it is.
Yep, that's the way it
and then
is.
I'd switch hands, and that's the way it is.
To achieve her dreams, she studied at Fisk University and went to Bowling Green State University for her master's. So when a reporter job at WTOL 11 opened up in 1972, Charlene was ready to take it. But understandably, there was some doubt.
My father was very skeptical, and I'll tell you his exact words. They are not going to put a little colored girl on the news.
Despite his skepticism,
the day that I debuted, my father had told half the people in Toledo, you know, people he knew and people he didn't know. He may as well have had a megaphone because he was so proud. And it made the front page of the Blade.
From Toledo to Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Boston, and Detroit, everywhere she went, Charlene delivered the news while being one of the first at those stations. She says along the way, there were times she was met with adversity, even from management.
News director called me in. I'm going, oh, what's he want? You know, he says, do you speak Spanish? I said, no, muy poco. You know, I mean, I took it in college, but I don't speak it fluently. I said, why? He says, well, we did this survey, and he pulls out this big survey thing. He says, a lot of people in D.C. still have black and white televisions. That was hard for me to believe, but he says, and they don't know what you are, and they think you're Hispanic, but we'll cross that off because you can't speak Spanish. Can you wear an afro? I said, I tried in college. I had an afro wig. I wanted to be Angela Davis, but I don't think that's going to work. He goes, well, we just don't know what to do with you. So just let me do my job, like everybody else in here. Why? I mean, really?
I pride myself in being able to spot a good news story, to organize the facts, write a solid script.
It's all about authenticity. And Charlene says for future journalists, sharing the actual facts and figures of your community is what's most important in news.
People need to know what's going on in the world and in our lives, and we have to be authentic about it. And I would suggest to anyone who wants to go into this field, don't let people tell you there's already too many reporters, there's not enough room for you. If you think you have what it takes, go for it.
Now, Charlene is going to be honored at her alma mater, Woodward High School, on April 13th. They're going to be putting her in the Woodward Hall of Fame. So, of course, congratulations, Charlene. Live in studio, TaTiana Cash, WTOL.